planning for the demonstration. The information of the vice president was that these people were going out on a demonstration, and what should we do about it? And I told him to move ahead, to move in and provide leadership for the demonstration so that it would be controlled and things would not go out of hand.
So, Mr. Joof, just to interrupt you there, regarding the Brikama demonstrations, you were not present, correct? It was the Vice President, Alhaji S. Dabo, who was there on your behalf. Is that correct?
Exactly, exactly.
So I want to focus more on the meeting that you had with these security chiefs at the Gambia College Brikama campus. You mentioned that the purpose of the meeting was concerning information about Mr. Ibrahim Barry, in particular the post-mortem, the conclusions of the post-mortem that was conducted, which stated that he died of natural causes. So that was the purpose of the meeting, is that correct?
It had something to do with that, but only in the sense that the announcement that was made on Radio Gambia led to a spontaneous demonstration in Brikama. And so their reason for that meeting actually was to redress the situation in Brikama. That is, for them, it was to stop these students from going ahead with anything like that action again.
So the purpose of the security chiefs was to avoid any subsequent demonstrations.
Exactly.
And during that meeting, you mentioned that the IGP talked about vehicles that he had procured himself, and that he appeared to be more focused on that issue rather than the issue of the demonstrations and the incidents that led up to the demonstrations. Is that correct?
Exactly, that's correct.
Can you tell us if
and that was his focus.
Can you tell us if, from your side, from the GAMSU side, whether you put forward any kind of demands or made any requests during that particular meeting?
No, what we did, or what I in particular at that meeting, was to debunk their accusation that the students were responsible for that demonstration. I explained to them that it could not be blamed on the students because up to that point we had no information that the post-mortem had actually taken place. One, and two, if the announcement was not made, then demonstration would never have taken place.
Can you tell us what was the outcome of that meeting? How did it end?
It ended like that. After I refused to accept responsibility for that meeting on behalf of the students, and I explained to them that if the announcement was not made on radio, it would never have taken place. So if they want to blame anyone, they should start going to Radio Gambia to find out how they got that information. Then that was how they did it.
And after that meeting, I assume that negotiations continued to take place with the authorities concerning the incidents of Ms. Mane and Mr. Barry. Is that correct?
Yes, by around that time we came up with a letter of demands, because up to that point, after that incident, it looked like what they were engaged in doing was to control the students, to stop the students from going ahead with any other action, but they were not actually doing what we were asking them to do. So to be specific in terms of demands, we wrote a letter of demands. And
do you recall when that letter was written? Because I'm trying to get a chronology here of the events.
Yes, that letter, I remember the exact date, but it was after it was actually after Eid and after the meeting at Brikama.
So perhaps prior to that, did you at any point meet with the Minister of Interior at that time?
I up to